After helping thousands of clients over the last number of years, we have seen the good, the bad, and the ugly. And knowing what not to do when you're buying a house can be really, really important, and potentially even more important than knowing what to do. Whether you have bought multiple homes, or maybe this is your first purchase that you're planning on making this year, stick around, because we've got some fantastic tips, things that you're not necessarily hearing from other agents on other channels. Oh, and by the way, make sure you stick around, because these last points literally could save you thousands of dollars. So the first thing you gotta pay attention to, and you shouldn't do, is buy a house when you're rushing. Like, making decisions last minute, rushing a decision, it never ends well, does it? I mean, you know, you're hungry one night, you're scrolling through Skip the Dishes or DoorDash, and you choose the pizza place and it shows up, and bad decision because it's a piece of garbage, it's plastic. You should have just taken your time and found the right one. Dripping in grease. So, this is like house shopping. If you're in a rush, you could easily make a bad decision and maybe consider a property that has a kitchen that you're not in love with. You could end up having the wrong type of area. There's a lot of things that could go wrong because you're forced into making a decision. And that actually is what was really, really hard in 2022, because people literally had 15 minutes to make decisions on what they were gonna purchase, what they were gonna do, and how it was gonna work for them. And that is not a great position for you to be in. So what do? If you're from out of town, come in, rent a car, drive around the city, get lost, get a feel for areas and communities. That is gonna make a massive difference when you're trying to search for that right home. And if you don't know where you're going, talk to us. We've got answers, we've got ideas. We have places that you should visit, you should consider, because you need to have some options when you're here. And if you're from Calgary, sometimes making a decision of where to buy that next property, sometimes it's hard to know where to move up to. So same thing, sometimes just driving around, getting a feel for areas and communities can make a big difference when you're buying. So the next thing is, when you make that rush decision, sometimes you end up purchasing something that just simply makes life harder. And that's the second thing that you shouldn't do. When you are looking and buying and making that decision, if you decide on something that is making your life harder, maybe you should say no. This could be anything from increasing your commute time. So you might have a specific location or something you want to be close to. And if it's further from that work, family member, whatever it is that you want to be close to, make sure that what you purchase isn't making that commute time longer. And the second thing is, maybe perhaps it's something that is maybe smaller or perhaps bigger in size that you originally planned. You know, you put in the situation where you're making a decision, it's rushed, you just do it, and then you end up moving into it and you're going, this thing doesn't fit our needs and it doesn't work. Well, that could be a problem. So don't rush and don't buy something that is making your life harder. Next on our list is math. Who doesn't love math? I mean, to be honest, I did fail grade 10 math, but my parents don't know still. But math for your house, you gotta know the math, you gotta do the numbers, you gotta figure these things out and prepare yourself for what's coming up. Knowing how much your house is gonna cost every month. So depending on the property type, you can end up buying a condo, a townhouse, a semi-detached or detached property. So all of these are gonna have different costs associated with them. So knowing what those costs are is super, super important. And knowing how much your mortgage is gonna be. That is also very important, because if you've only budgeted on a monthly amount how much your mortgage is gonna be, that's a bad idea. So don't do those things, please. Make sure you know the numbers so that you walk into the purchase and ownership with a lot of information and knowledge that's gonna help you guys in the future. Now, to further our conversations about math, because you know I love it as much as my grade 10 math, the cost of the transaction. Alberta, we are very, very fortunate. We don't have land transfer taxes. We don't have HST. All of those things could happen in the future, but we don't have those things here. And so that's a fantastic thing. The other thing, the cost of a transaction, a very great rule of thumb is to have 1.5% of your purchase price set aside for your closing. That typically will cover more than enough for, let's say, your lawyers, any inspections with condo docs or home inspections, anything like that. But having a rough rule of 1.5% of your purchase price set aside, you are gonna have enough money to be able to figure out this transaction and close it well. So plan for that. Now, the fifth thing that you should not be doing when buying a house in 2023 is going to the listing agent. I know we've probably said this before, it's hot debate, hot topic, but the reality is there are some of you that think you're gonna get a better deal. And I'm just here to tell you, you're not, I promise. Like, going to the listing agent, all it does is you might give away your motivation. You might give away things about how much you were really pre-approved for. You're gonna give away negotiation, motivation, all of this stuff that can help you actually win the house. And if you go to the listing agent, who are they loyal to? Well, all I can say is they have already signed a contract with the seller. You're not the one getting the deal, the seller is. That's the reality of that. So last thing on our list, having a sleep at night fund. So you might have heard this term from, owning a rental property or something, where you have 3 to 6 months of costs saved up, but maybe you should do that as well. If you do not have 3 to 6 months of home ownership costs put aside that you're not gonna use, have that, because that becomes your sleep at night fund that allows you to just sleep at night. So that's the last thing. And so because of that, you need to head over here, check out this video, because I need to start this fire. Oh, this is locked. Just go check out that video though. This isn't working. Never mind.